Hello everyone, welcome back to MEP Basics. In this video, we're going to learn how to do this. Let's get started. Alright guys, welcome back to MEP Basics. In this video, we're going to discuss how we can add wires to our elements. It's very important to show how your devices are connected to each other. Alright, so I'll go straight to wires, or another way we can do this is to go to my tool palette, okay, and I'll come to wire. Alright, over here the good thing is that you can choose what type of system you need the wire for. In this case, I need it for a 230-volt system lighting, so I'm going to double click this, okay, and I'll come to the properties. Now let's explore this window. First of all, we will deal with these issues with circuits later when we are dealing with circuits proper. Okay, now the only thing I want to change here at this point is to change the sizes of the cable. In my country, for a simple residential building like this, we are going to use a 1.5 mm cable. Okay, so I'm going to specify this also and call this 1.5. all right, I'm going to call this 1.5. okay, I'm going to call this one, 1.5 mm. So that is the specifications that I'm going to add. Alright, so now that we have selected our wires, I'll go ahead and then connect them. So I'll click over here. Now something interesting happened, okay, and you realize that once you hit the connection point, this particular symbol shows, and that should tell you that this is where you have to connect. You can see that's the electrical end connector. Okay, so you need to connect it well. All right, what you are going to see is that now I'm going to show you something later on that will, so I'm going to connect this to this lighting fixture. Okay, connect this to the fan, because mostly our lighting fixtures are, our ceiling fans are part of the lighting circuit. You notice something interesting over here. This is telling you the number of wires that are being connected. I don't want this, so I want to redefine this. I just want to show that in my lighting system I only have 3 wires: a live, neutral, and then an earth wire. Okay, so let's go ahead and then change. So I'll come to edit styles. Okay, so I'll click on this. All right, because I want to change how this whole thing looks like. Now what am I going to do? This is the annotation panel, this is the specification panel. So I'll go to the specifications first before I'll go to the annotation panel. So what I'm going to do here is that over here the number of hot cables, which is the live cable, is specified to be 3. I don't want that, I want 1. Okay, and I'm going to select the material, which is copper. I'll select a suitable insulation material, but before that let me choose the temperature range, and this is going to, I'll choose 85. Africa is hot, and I'll choose PVC. I'll do the same for all copper. I'll choose 85, and then I'll use PVC. For the ground, there's also 1 cable. I'm going to choose copper. Alright, I'll choose PVC. Let's come to annotation. So there's the conductor line. This is how I want to show the live wire. Neutral, I can choose another line, how I want to show the neutral line. Okay, but I'll choose the line. And then the ground, I can choose how I want to show the ground line. In this case, I'm going to choose this for the ground line. Okay, there's no isolated line, so I'll leave it as that. Now when I come to the paper size over here, tells you the size of the line, and these are the displacement between the lines. I'm going to set this one also to 45. Okay, Yeah, I'm going to set this one also to 45 and I'll click OK. Now, there are other things you can change over here. You can change if a wire crosses, you can choose to display it this way. If a wire crosses, you can choose to display it this way. I'll stick with this. I am going to stick with it. So that's that. So I'm going to click OK and watch what happens. Once you click OK, this whole thing changes. Remember, we said that this is going to represent our life. This will be neutral and this is going to be Earth. I can choose to move this one here a little bit. Okay. Just to get it out of there. Fun. All right. It's very simple. So that is that. So let's go ahead and then place the wires for all the circuits. So I'm going to click this, and because I have done the configurations for this already, I'm going to do add selected. Okay, and I'll come to over here. All right, and I'll choose connect this to this, connect this to this, and I'll connect this to this. As simple as that. Okay, I'll exit this. I'll come to this place. Okay, I'll choose wire, connect it. I always tell you that make sure you get the electrical end connector. So click that. What am I going to do? I'm going to move this way. Okay, I'll connect this to this because this is controlling this as well. Right. So that's very important. Okay, all right, so I'll delete this and then add similar because I see I'm getting different layer settings and I don't want that. Okay, so I'll choose this. Connect this to this. I will exit. Again, add similar. Connect this. I'll connect this to this light right here. Okay. I'll connect this to the fan. I'll connect this to this. And that is that. Then I'll add similar again. Connect this to this light. All right. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to connect is the washroom light. I'll do this. Come this way. I'll connect this to this. Alright guys, so you can do the same for all lighting. The concept is the same. and standards are the same, you can, translate this basic principle into bigger project. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is to show the connections and something we call home run. I'm going to show you shortly. So I'm going to add so basically what I'm going to add is connect these systems together. So I'll add similar. Again, look at this, make sure that I connect to the end connector. I'll select this and I'll connect this to this lighting fixture here. Okay, now after doing this, I'll come to this place. Okay, I'll add selected again. I'll come to this place. All right, and I'll connect this, okay, to this switch. I'll exit. And there is one more important thing to, show. Okay. There's one important thing to show. Now, how do we know that this is a circuit? We add what is called a home run. A home run basically means that this is what is going to the panel, and what is from the panel is connected to these loads. So how do you do that? I'm going to select one of the wires and I'll do add selected. Okay, I'll add selected. I'll click here and then dragging it here, I'm going to hit enter. Okay, without clicking, I'll hit enter and then I'll just end it there. Now this arrow tells me that this is a group, this is a circuit, and this is going to the panel. So I'm going to do the same for the kitchen area and then the washroom. Again, I'm going to select one and then add selected. I'll connect this washroom to the kitchen. All right, and that's that. You can now see that. Now you can see that the kitchen is connected to the washroom. What else do we have to do is to show the home run. So what am I going to do? I'm going to select again a wire. Okay, add similar, and then I'll connect this lighting fixture here. Okay, and I'll do enter, and this should send this home. Again, basically means that you're taking this home. That's very important. Okay, all right, so that is it. I'll see you in the next video where we are going to discuss how to place a panel and then how we can add this element into circuit. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.